All right, man. What a opportunity. So it's gonna be frozen tomorrow in Dallas, right? So ain't nobody going to school, probably ain't nobody going to work, just to be safe. So I get a little extra time to get on here and podcasting. And generally, I jump on here. I'm doing this, as you can see over on TikTok. We got JJ's Corner Lounge. What's going on, Mr. Vargas, over there? Just want you to know I'm gonna come down your row and get serious with you. But first, I want to give a shout out to everybody out there that's lost a loved one. I lost somebody near and dear to me, and I'm going through it. But I still have to give you what my purpose is to give you. And tonight we're going to continue to talk about effort. If you don't give more effort into your goal, you're not going to reach it. I have to spend a lot of time because effort, focus, and commitment is the core foundation of my coaching program. If you stick with me longer than 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, you might learn something tonight. I know that what I'm saying doesn't compete with all the twerking going on online. You still have yet to see twerking on my show. With all the toxicity and all of the name calling and throwing, and I want to, reuse someone's post about Puffy or P Diddy or whatever the case may be. There's things that you can look at all day long. I want to talk to you today about your effort. Um, and like I said to begin with, if you've lost somebody close to you and you still have to pay bills, you still have to go to work, you can't just lay down forever, you can't give up and quit. It might be time to put a greater amount of effort into what you have been doing. I'm live right now on 4 different platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok tonight for Taibu Muaddi. And I want you to know this is serious. I've been podcasting for a little while now. What's going on over there on TikTok? I want you to know right now that in my podcast experience, I now have a live podcast, the first one in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, which is saying a lot. It's a lot going on in Dallas. I have the only live podcast in a public venue where you can come visit and take part in what we're doing. So shout out to the whole DFW, man. You can come to JJ's Corner Lounge Sundays, 4 to 6, and you'll find me, Miss Anastasia. You'll find Derek Colors, formerly of the New England Patriots. So I got some local stars as I've become one myself. I've written 2 books for my coaching program. The first one, Coach Taibu's Winning Strategies. Please go get that on Amazon tonight. Then upgrade yourself and get the next book, my most recent book, The Gamble of Greatness. You have to get these books if you want to have a personal transformation tonight. I podcasted before and it didn't seem like I had a purpose. It didn't seem like I had a PowerPoint behind me. I wasn't giving you guys and you gals out there what you're used to, but that made me popular in and of itself. When you make networking connections, I did security at JJ's before I became a live podcaster there. I did security at Temptations headquarters. Shout out to Nowhere. Shout out to, all the places I've done security at in the city of Dallas since I've been a resident of Texas. And what I learned in security is there's different levels, right? In every city, because the people that have the section, they're not making the same kind of money as people that's working behind the bar or doing security. Am I right? The people that own the bar are making a different kind of money in a different avenue than the people that come to the party and enjoy their venue. What I'm trying to say to you is you have different levels of effort, but we can see it. You can go into Nowhere. You can go into, Temptations. You can go into any bar or lounge or club or restaurant here in Dallas, and you can see immediately the effort that people are putting into their lives. I talked to a couple of people that are serving and having different jobs and elevate them, say, come on into sales. You do a good job here. Come on over here and try something new. There's more money in it. And they didn't. I never got one phone call. We exchanged information, sound all good. Never got one phone call. And that was my indication that they didn't want to put in more effort. Oh, yeah, they seemed unhappy with their position. But That's their position because of the level of effort. If you knew anything about cleaning a company bathroom, right? If you work at a gym or you work any business, there's chemicals that you have to learn how to use to be safe involved. You have to learn how to start in one area and finish in the other. Come on, somebody. So you putting in effort. How come you wouldn't take that effort that pays you $9.95 an hour and put it towards learning how to overcome objections? How to utilize, who you are and find your vibe and your lane and how to connect with people and use this pitch to get folks to come buy whatever the product is. From door to door to car sales like I'm into, shout out to Clay Cooley, Hyundai in Dallas. That's where you'll find me. But I'm saying, the same effort you're putting into flipping burgers or shaking fries or asset protection, chasing folks down and stealing stuff, the same level of effort you're putting into it, you can put the effort into jobs that will pay you a higher dividend, and you'll be able to live more of the lifestyle that you want to live. I'm just telling you what it is. And this program today is brought to you by the First Step Coaching Program. Briefly, the First Step Coaching Program is that first step. You're listening to me talk. What's this guy talking about with the beard and the bald head? What's he talking about? What I'm saying is that you started 2025 with a goal in mind to put up a certain amount of money, to get in a certain kind of shape, to build a certain kind of relationship. And now here you are, and you don't know what happened. What happened to my goal? My first couple of weeks, I was all about it. What happened was you didn't have a coach. Thus, you didn't have accountability. You didn't have a roadmap. You didn't have a proven system. There was no way to quantify your increments of achievement. You may have been doing well and doing better, but since you couldn't quantify it, since no one was laying it out for you, okay, you completed step one, now step two. Because you didn't feel achieved and accomplished, you quit. You gave up. And that's why you invest in coaching. All right. So when I tell you about the coaching program, you hear me talk about my online coaching program, you just inbox me, DM me, say, hey, what about that coaching program? And I'll shoot you the free download. It's the EFC workbook. You'll go into it and you'll realize, wow, this EFC workbook is real. It's making me think about stuff that I would have never thought about before. Let me dig a little bit deeper. Oh, I do have goals. Let me call this guy. Then you're hitting me up and we're talking. And I'm saying, hey, what was your goal for 2025? And you'll say, my goal was to make sure I took my girlfriend out at least twice a week to have a relationship. Okay, twice a week. Okay. So every time you get paid, you put up those 2 days worth of money, right? Stumped. Yeah. Put that money, make a whole different separate bank account. Just open up an account for date night. Put that money in there. So it's not like you can't, oh dear, the money's gone. I don't know where the money's going to come from. I want to take you out. There's no excuse for that. Okay, that put the money up. Because that's the biggest issue for a date for a woman anyway, especially in Dallas. Okay, you got the money. Now how do you get to plan it out? What are we going to do? What's going to be the excursion? Depending on the weather, it's going to be inside, outside. You have to put more effort into it for it to succeed. And you have a coach. Your strategy, you want it to be a winning strategy. So you join the First Step Coaching Program. So twice a week, you come to class and you're hearing about how to build into your goal on the coaching program, how to use the material and the resources to develop yourself, to elevate, and then to be held accountable. So I can say, hey, on the first date this week, what happened? Okay, the second date, how do you plan to tweak things so you get a better result? Because man, you tell the truth. If you have a woman, you can try to institute something new in your mind. It's gonna work. It's just gonna automatically, oh, she's gonna be loving you. Nah. If y'all haven't been having a good relationship, just because you're spending money on her or taking her somewhere new doesn't mean she's going to treat you or see you anew. Don't be shocked. Ladies, the same thing. You can say, I'm going to go down on his big ego every night. That's going to change things. It's not. If you don't have that intimate emotional connection where you're talking to them, sending them little messages, leaving little notes where you know he's going to find them that says, hey, big sexy hunk of a guy. You have to get into a person's head before you give it to them. Just keeping it real. Because physical affection by itself is a snuff flick. It's just live porn. You need to have intimacy beyond the physical for it to work. And you need a coach to tell you that. When I worked with Mr. Steve out there for the Professional Broadcast Network, and we're going to do a mini-series. The heading on all these says mini-series hype and preview. This is a preview of what I'm going to be doing. 5 shows with a professional podcaster. He has millions of views and listeners. So he and I are coming together. I'm going to kick this off this spring. And so you want to be on the coaching program so you can get this mini series for the low. If you're not, I'm going to charge you full price. So that's a way to get more action and get more out of it. My coach challenged me to give y'all 10 times more value than what you're paying for. So you're getting the dirt cheap. But you have to bring your hard hat and your lunch pail because you're going to have to go to work. I'm going to bring you all over here. Go to Taibu Muad'Dib on YouTube. I want to go ahead and screen share something with you. I have a coaching community on MailChimp, and I'm going to present this. This is something that I sent out. All right, I'm going to share the screen. This is something that I shared. Okay, so when I send out, and I haven't done it in a while, not just because I lost a family member, I'm tweaking it so it's right. But the book was the main portion. The Gamble of Greatness is such a huge book. I'm gonna rock that book out. The Gamble of Greatness has given me the right and the option to now speak at Pepsi, Frito-Lay, Toyota, go to the big, huge companies around here in Dallas, right? AT&T, and speak and motivate their employees in all phases, from upper management to the people that's sitting at the desk when you walk in the building. Because CEOs want more effort out of their employees, but they don't have a coach. They are not professionally set to get that out of them. They can set directives all day, but they cannot motivate them or coach them into giving more effort. It takes a coach for that. So they have to outsource that to Taibu Muad'Dib and people in my field. But let's go over here and look at this email I sent out. And it starts with a picture of me in a suit, the man with the plan. And I'm telling my story. It says, it didn't happen overnight, people. I went from podcasting from my Airbnb for a few of my followers that needed motivation to an international podcast with millions of listeners and viewers. It didn't happen overnight. Today is the last day you can join my groundbreaking coaching program, the full 6-month transformational experience for the cost of only the first month. Now, I did that for 2 weeks from Christmas beyond New Year's. Only a few people jumped on it. So, I mean, people were either just opening my stuff and looking at it and not reading it, or they were seeing it and putting it out till they missed the deadline. I'm going to bring it back. Coming up next month at the next live podcast at JJ's, I'm going to be in person signing folks up. So Dallas, Fort Worth, you have an opportunity to come in person, sign up, and get a discount for the coaching program. How's that? All of you online that view that very first episode, right? I'm going to drop a coupon in the link, and a link to the coupon. I have a professional podcaster. Shout out to Black Magic Productions and my man, Rob Parsons. I'm going to drop the link. So you're going to have access to that first show, this first Sunday, I believe, this second Sunday in March. We haven't worked that out yet. But y'all gonna know, because I'm podcasting every night now again. I'm gonna make sure you know. You don't want to miss the show if you're local. You can sign up in person. And you don't want to miss this show live virtually if you're not in the Dallas-Fort Worth area or won't be that weekend. So getting the full coaching program for the price of the first month means I'm betting on you. I'm betting on you because you're paying for the first step. I'm carrying you the rest of the way because I know the program works. So if you don't finish, you're without excuse. But if you do finish, you are now allowing your light and your success to shine for other people who didn't know the importance of investing in themselves. But more so, think of what's going to do for your family if you're living your dream, if you're living, life to the full, if you're a better version of yourself. I can tell you personally that being a better version of yourself is going to make your kids happy, your spouse happy. It's going to make everybody around you, your coworkers happy. People seeing you thrive. Everybody says, what about the haters? What about them? Doesn't a person that's hating on you, doesn't that sound a whole lot louder when you're not happy with who you are and the way you're living? But when you're doing your thing, it's like Fetty Wap said, we just call them fans. That noise just sounds like, I'm telling you, it's different levels. That noise sounds like cheering, literally like they're cheering for you. They're hating hard as they can. But when you're living your best life, it sounds like they're cheering for you because nobody hates on nobody. Somebody's going to hate on somebody, but nobody hates on nobody. What's the fun in that? You can't get no enjoyment out of that. Joining my coaching program is going to jumpstart the rest of your life. This is the key. I'm talking about effort. I'm going to stay on effort until I sign folks up. I'm not even going to give you focus and commitment because 89.9% of you could change your life dramatically by giving a greater effort at what you say you want to do. I'll be 50 this year. Don't look it, maybe, I don't know, but I'll be 50 this year. But I don't look it if I don't look it, and I feel great because I stick to a workout regimen that works for me. I've dedicated myself to working out. Conversationally, when I lost this person close to me, it was my workout. It was the way I feel about myself, the way I set things up. My job is slow. It's very slow at my job right now. But because of the way I set things up before this tragedy hit and struck my life, I'm like on cruise control. And that's where I want all of you to be at, by putting more effort into what you're doing. And let me tell you something. If you doubt yourself for a second that you can put more effort in, join the coaching program. Don't miss this opportunity. Don't miss this opportunity because I want you to experience what more effort will do for your goal. I don't care what it is. Finance, fitness, relationship. More effort takes control. By working on myself, I've been able to increase my income, to change my lifestyle for the better. People ask me, I don't ask them, people ask me, how are you doing today? I can't even get it out. They're already asking me because they want to go to the next question is, what have you done lately? How'd you get there? What's coming next, Taibu? Like they start the conversation with me now because they want to continue on. They want to know the secret sauce. The secret sauce, everybody, is to put in more effort. That's why I say, without further ado, witness the greatness I've achieved so far by living the journey of effort, focus, and commitment that I teach others. I'm not who you think I am. I'm more, much more. Now I want you to say it with me. Everybody that's still watching, I got 3 people over here, 5 people over here, 1 person here. Facebook, they just hide. Say it with me. I'm not who you think I am. I'm more, much more. Okay, say it. Let's say it one more time. This time, say it like you really mean it, everybody. Don't just be saying it, because I'm telling you to say it. This ain't church. I'm a coach. Say it. I'm not who you think I am. Say it. I'm not who you think I am. I'm more, much more. That level of self-affirmation is going to change your life. When you're brushing your teeth, well, before or after, you know what I'm saying? Even in the shower, as you walk out the door to your vehicle to go to work, say that to yourself and watch how you show up to work. I don't care if you're a forklift driver, if you're a Walmart greeter, or if you're in car sales like me. Don't live inside someone else's box. Don't let them put you in a box. Stop fitting everybody's stereotype. It's time for you to bust out of that prison of poor decision making. I'll get into that when we get into focus. Many of you are stuck in a prison of your own poor decisions. And I've been there. It sucks. Your out date is when you get your certificate and you're done with the first coaching program. That's your out date. You want to get out of that prison of poor decisions, that bad credit. Do you know how many people I deal with bad credit? I don't want a cosigner. Well, then you should fix your credit before you try to buy or own a new car. Many people are trying to do things that they haven't earned the right to do. They're trying to, I came in to test my luck. No, you didn't. You came in here to look a little bit silly because you knew that you haven't been taking care of your bills. But with a little bit more effort, downloading Credit Sesame, making, reaching out to those people that you owe, and then making sure that you have a payment plan set up. Next thing you know, blow up like an inflatable raft that you floating. I miss my floaty. I have a floaty in the garage right now. Can't wait for summer. Be on my floaty. Your credit will blow up just like that. You'll be floating through life. Half an hour is all I need to get you guys motivated, but to hype you up. The mini series, you don't want to miss it. Me and Steve have a great vibe. He's a great podcaster, a dedicated following. When I do my 5-step mini series, I'm going to give it to y'all flat. That's 5 hours. That's 5 shows live. We're going to go crazy. If you didn't see the first one, I'll go ahead and repost that when we get closer to it. I'll play a little bit of it at the live podcast. But I'm telling you right now, your opportunity, your big window to change starts tonight. As soon as you wake up in the morning, self-affirm your difference. Self-affirm that you've changed. I'm not who you think I am. I'm more, much more. And if you hear yourself, you're telling yourself and the world that you're about to put a greater level of effort into your goal. When you press that gas pedal, it makes you go faster in your car. If you put your foot all the way down, it's kind of scary, isn't it? You hit dangerous levels of speed, don't you? In fact, none of us ever really use the full throttle. We're driving in cars that can go 140, 170, 180, whatever, but you rarely ever drive at full throttle. Think about that. You're wired never to push yourself to the limit. Thus, you're cheating your existence out of what it should be. Y'all think about that till tomorrow night. If you never push yourself to the limit, you're cheating your existence out of what it should be. And remember, Taibu Muad'Dib right here. Come out to JJ's Corner Lounge if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Sundays, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. The doors open at 3 for our live podcast. Love, lies, and everything in between. Love, lies, and everything in between. There's a lot of stuff in between, right? We all get them shades of gray going on in our relationships. But we can build and we can trust and we can hope and we can have something special. I'm telling you, we can. When you overcome today's obstacles, tomorrow will feel like paradise. It's Taibu Muad'Dib right here. You know how to reach me. Get in touch with me. 682-514-5955 is the hospitality hotline. Call whether you need a car, whether you need a coach, or you just need to get it off your chest. I'm here for you. 682-514-5955 to book a call from me if you're very, very busy like me. You want to go to Calendly.com/Coach Taibu. Calendly.com/Coach Taibu. It's just that simple. All right. Don't forget, this is the preview and the hype for my new mini series, my very first one coming up, professional mini series. Yeah. TV, live podcast, minis. It's going to be awesome. It's going to cost you. So put your ducats up. But I'm going to make you better by making you consider and then agree that you should be. I mean, I love all of y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for your support, for watching me, taking it in. Inbox me, DM me, any questions, comments, concerns. Remember, last time, the hospitality hotline is 682-514-5955. Can't wait to hear from you. I got you back. Let's go. Let's end this now. Let's go. I always give my YouTube. I'm a real YouTuber. I'm gonna give my YouTube. I always give my YouTube followers a little bit something extra. So I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. But yeah, this is a preview for it. I'm doing big things. If you're a business owner and your place of business, needs motivation, your employees, you want to get them fired up, let me come in and hook you up. Inbox me, let me know. If you're a vendor, if you sell things, if you have independent businesses, if you're an entrepreneur, you want to come to the live podcast. All right. And network with folks. All right. And laugh and eat and have a good time as well. Let's fellowship, man. Let's get better together. I appreciate all of you. Good night.